Hi everybody, in this video we are looking at resolution in terms of using microscopes. Okay, so first of all we need to just think about how the microscope works a little bit. So here we have obviously the microscope, and on the microscope we put the slide on here. So here's our slide, this part here is the stage. So the slide will be made of glass or clear plastic, and that's where our specimen will be. We look through the top here, through the eyepiece, and this eyepiece is a lens, and the lens, you can actually remove it, and the lens usually has a magnification of times 10. We then down here have usually 2 or 3 other lenses, which we call the objective lenses, and those lenses have magnifications of times 4, times 10, and times 40. So that's usually what the 3 objective lens magnifications are. So when we're working out the total magnification of the image that we're looking at, we have to take into account the eyepiece lens magnification and the objective lens magnification. So if we have a times 4 objective lens, we've got times 4 and times 10, which means times 40. And then we would have times 100 and times 400. So these are the total magnifications when you multiply your times 10 eyepiece lens by whichever one of the objective lenses you're using. Okay, so how we see something, we see things because light goes into our eyes. So if we want to look at something on here, then light has to go from our specimen on our slide through and into our eye. But the only way that light's going to get from there, and the light source is usually down here, it's going to have to be able to get through there. So we have to have a hole in our stage, and that means that the light can go through. Okay, so that's how the microscope works, but what is this idea of resolution? Well, resolution is it's basically about how much detail you can see. So if we had 2 points on our slide, let's say we're looking at something in a cell. If we can see 2 points and we can see them separately like this, then we'll be able to see the detail of it. But if we look again, maybe with a different microscope or a different lens, for example, we might see that those 2 objects actually sort of blurred together. We can't see them separately. So looking at this image, there'll be more detail here and there'll be less detail here, because in this one, although there are 2 separate points, we can't see them as 2 separate points. They've blurred into one. So this is an example of higher resolution, and this is an example of lower resolution. And we can define it like this. So if we have a situation where our 2 points are separate, we say that those 2 points are resolved. And if they are together, we say they are not resolved. There's something else called the limit of resolution. We need to understand what that means. So what we see here is a wavelength. So light has a wavelength, and it has a wavelength, the smallest wavelength of light is about 400 nanometers. So that's visible light. So the distance from one point on one wave to the same point on the next wave is 400 nanometers. When you're using the microscope, and it's a light microscope, the only way to be able to see something is if the light actually sort of hits a particular point, and that point sort of interferes with the light wave, if you like. So for example, if you have something quite big, so here's a fairly big object, this object actually has a diameter of 400 nanometers. Now you can see from where it is that this object is big enough that when light rays come across, they're going to hit it basically. The object is big enough that it will interfere with those light rays. So that means that you would be able to see this object. However, if you have smaller objects, that might not happen. When you're using light with a wavelength of 400 nanometers, the smallest object you're going to be able to see is 200 nanometers, half the wavelength of light. If you have an object that's smaller than that, let's say 100 nanometers, as you can see here, it's so small that the light rays, the waves are just basically not going to be interfered with. The waves just pass over the object and therefore we can't see it. So the limit of resolution is half the wavelength of whatever light source you are using. So if it's just normal visible light, then the limit of resolution would be 200 nanometers. That means we can see things that are 200 nanometers and bigger, but we are not going to be able to clearly distinguish things that are smaller than 200 nanometers. We won't be able to resolve them. Now, if we want to see more detail, that means we need to use a microscope with a higher resolution. So we can use an electron microscope. So electron microscopes have a higher resolution than a light microscope. And if we think about what we've just said about what the limit of resolution means, then if the limit of resolution is all about the wavelength, and if we can see more detail, if the electron microscope has got a higher resolution, that must mean that it's because of the wavelength. So there's our wavelength for our visible light when we use a light microscope. When we use an electron microscope, instead of using a ray of light, we use a beam of electrons. And electrons, even though it's not actually electromagnetic radiation, they also have a wavelength. The wavelength of electrons is tiny. It's actually way smaller than in comparison to light than this, but I can't draw it small enough. The wavelength of a beam of electrons is 1 nanometer. So that's really small. So if you think about what the limit of resolution means, if the limit of resolution is half the wavelength, that means that with an electron microscope you are going to be able to see things that are half a nanometer in size, half a nanometer and bigger, which means that you're going to be able to see way more detail. Okay, we need to also understand how resolution links to magnification, because let's say we've got an image and that image is a bit blurry, we can't see the detail. You might say, okay, well let's just magnify it, but that's not going to work. Let's have a look at why. Here's a picture of a very cute dog, and let's say we want to magnify his lovely nose. So what we've done here is we've magnified it, and you can see here that the nose is still quite detailed. You can still see all the detail in terms of the texture of the nose, the texture of the hair, and if you magnify it again, you can still see quite a lot of detail. So that means that in this picture, we've magnified and magnified again, and in this highest magnification image, the resolution is still good enough that we can see the detail. But if we had, let's say, maybe in this case we're using a camera, so a different camera, or it's the same idea as a microscope. If we magnified his nose, have a look at how this image compares to this one. They're both the same magnification. The magnification has been increased compared to our original image. But on this image here, you can't see the detail. It's much more blurry. On this one, you can still see the detail of the texture, and on this one you can't. There's no point increasing the magnification of this image further. If you do that, you can see it's even blurrier. You cannot see the detail. It looks blurry, it's not detailed, and that's because in these two images, the resolution is not good enough. So there's no point magnifying an image unless the resolution is good enough to see the detail. In other words, if in your image, so let's say your original image, if the limit of resolution has been reached, magnifying it will not produce a more detailed image. It will just produce a bigger image which is lacking in detail. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.